Good morning. I would like to ask a question about the future of the Fields Children's Centre in Cambridge in Abbey ward. The centre is at the heart of the Abbey community and essential for many families and their children in early years. But the recent restructuring and changes have had a tangible impact on both parents and children, and there are many concerns from residents in Abbey about the future of the Children's Centre. So I would like to ask, what steps is the County Council taking to ensure that the services provided by the Fields can and will be maintained as a state-funded nursery school in the long term without negatively affecting families in Abbey? Thank you.
The Fields Child and Family Centre contains both the maintained nursery school, which offers early years education and childcare for children aged 2 to 4, and the Child and Family Centre, who run a combination of both universal and targeted services for families living in the Abbey ward. These services are delivered in partnership with health visitors, midwives, local authority colleagues, local voluntary organisations and Job Centre Plus. Until August 2019, the Fields also ran a day nursery for children aged 0 to 2 years. Regrettably, the governors had to take a decision to close it due to financial pressures. As is often the case in areas of deprivation, the setting was unable to strike the balance between the level of fees it needed to charge to be viable while still being affordable for parents. We recognise that it has been a very difficult time for children, the families and staff, as recent changes have taken effect at the Fields Nursery School, with a reduction in the number of staff. These changes were, however, necessary due to the closure of the childcare provision for the under 2 age group, along with the increasing financial pressures experienced by maintained nursery schools nationwide. Council continues to work collaboratively with the senior management and leadership team and the governing body of the Fields to review its financial position and identify what steps are necessary in order to ensure that the provision remains sustainable in the longer term. The Council is fully supportive of the nursery school's proposal to federate with the Brunswick Nursery School and College Nursery School, which would enable resources to be shared and new members of staff to work across all 3 sites, leading to further cost efficiencies. In addition to this, a feasibility study has been commissioned by the Council following the restructure of staff to ensure that the use of space is maximised and to identify any other usage for surplus areas of the building which would provide additional income to the nursery school and improve its financial position.
Thank you very much for your answer and recognizing it has been very difficult for many families in Abbey. But I'm afraid a lot of residents still remain very concerned that the Fields has lost a third of its staff and over 20 places during this pandemic. So, especially in the context that 1 in 5 children in Abbey live in poverty, so that the supplementary funding for state-maintained nursery schools is only guaranteed, as I understand it, for just a few months. Will the County Council actually make it a priority to seek a commitment from, or further commitment from central government to actually enable all nurseries to plan ahead instead of just having to deal with crisis management and urgent situations? Thank you.
As you know, it is a government funded. Sadly, that they only guaranteed that for another year. It's a frustration that we all have at the local authority in relation to long-term planning for our maintained nursery schools. Let me just reassure you that the local authority will continue to offer support where and when it can. And I'm happy to take further questions and meet you outside of this meeting to continue the discussions. Thank you.